Hello students, my name is Mr. Sandeep Chaugule, Assistant Professor, Department of Civil Engineering, Sharad Institute of Technology, College of Engineering, Yadra. Today we all gather here for the subject planning for sustainable development, and in this subject we are going to start the new topic, unit number 4, which is called as Societal Transformation and Institutional Theory. So, before we start the session, first of all, we have to know what is sustainable development. The sustainable development is nothing but the use of resources, use of amenities uh, in such a way that the same amenities and resources can be used by the next generation. If we use such kind of resources and amenities with proper care, with proper what we can say, if we carefully use those resources, then definitely in the future, in next generation also they will get the same thing. So there are mainly three pillars of sustainable development. One is economic pillar, second one is environmental, and third one is societal pillar. So on these three pillars this entire sustainable development is rest. So we have already discussed about environment. Okay, so the next pillar or next concept which is nothing but societal transformation that we are going to see today. So first of all we will start with the definition of societal transformation. So societal transformation refers to a deep and sustained non-linear systematic change. See, in every year, every month, the trends, the lifestyle is changing. So we have to check, we have to analyze the kind of change that we are making, right? The things which are in 1990s are not same in current what we can say in 2020. So whatever the changes that we have made from last 2 to 3 decades, those changes must be aligned with sustainable development, right? But somehow it cannot show, what we can say, somehow it is not happening. So there is a need to make a social transformation with proper care, with proper rules and regulations, so that the sustainable development can be achieved. Okay, so social transformation is a deep and sustained non-linear systematic change. Non-linear means what? Whatever the change, now if we take an example of change in the education system, if we take a simple example. So in education system we have to change the system according to the need, right? So if we drastically change the education system in like 180-degree, so that will be not be helpful for our society as well as our country. So the change should be in linear way, okay, and the change should be very slow. It will not be a drastic change, okay, and whatever the change we have made, that should be sustained for a long period of time, okay. So such kind of social transformation we required and the change should be in a systematic manner. That means if we want to change the thing, but the change is what we can say, not in a systematic way. That means, for example, in the change in the education system, when there is a policy made by current government last year, which is called as new education policy, NEP, they have implemented. But while implementing that NEP, we have to hold the hand of old education system also. You cannot shift from old education system to suddenly new education policy. So you need to give some time like 5 years, 10 years, 15 years time we have to give. We have to make some pilot projects on them. We have to check the results that we are getting from such kind of new education policy, and then you can apply or you can implement such kind of policy for 100% for entire country. So such kind of social transformation is happening all over the world globally, and according to the country the transition method of transitions are different. So social transformations can also refer to change of an entire culture of civilization. Such transformation often include not only social change but cultural, technological, political, economic as well as environmental changes are also. So while explaining the environmental changes, we have applied some rules, regulations, laws start from 1971. We have given some Forest Act, we have given some Wildlife Act. Okay, so we have made changes according to the need, right? Same changes we have done in economic sectors also. We have gone through what we can say share market kind of concept in 19 what we can say 75 onwards. Because of that a lot of industrialization is happened, lot of money circulated through the market, and automatically we have boosted our entire lifestyle in terms of economy. So that is again a very what we can say systematic transformation we have made in the sector of economy. Again we have some political transformations are also we have made. Okay, so in the early days there were only one major party was there. Okay, then after some years there are having new parties, political parties have created state wise, nation wise. Okay, so if there is a competition in between political parties, then definitely people from our country have the choice to select the parties, choice to select the leaders, and we can expect the results from them. So there is a transition in political sector also. There is a huge change in the technology, start from what we can say early 90s when internet came. Every technological sector has changed. In the initial stage there were not social there were very less social acceptance of internet, but after that when everyone knows what is the potential of the internet, everyone is accepting that thing, everyone is learning that thing, and according to that with the help of that internet thing we have shifted to a different level in terms of technology. Cultural changes have also changed, kind of thing we are wearing, kind of thing we are what we can say the communication we changed, the what we can say the communication kind of cultural activities have changed, lifestyle is changing. Okay, so these all social transformations have the tremendous impact on different societies, different segments. So this social transformation is needed, but this social transformation, as I already said, it should be sustainable, it should be non-linear, systematic. Then and then only that social transformation can be worthy for us. Otherwise it will give you a very bad adverse effect on us, and that will impact the entire country. So why societal transformation is required, why it is needed? There are certain things on which we have to work, and to overcome the problems that we are facing right now. that problem we can overcome only with the help of societal transformation. So we are getting very less natural resources right now as compared to uh, 3 decades or 4 decades back. uh, we have a shortage of food, water and energy. We lost lot of biodiversity. We have tremendous population growth, and we are facing a huge climate change right now, start from global warming, uh, what we can say, irregular rainfall. Okay, so these all are the problems that we are facing right now. So to overcome such problems, we need to transform ourselves individually, socially and in terms of nation. We have to make some changes so that we can tackle or we can handle the scenarios or the situations that we are facing right now. So reduction of natural resources that we are facing right now, that means we have to use non renewable energy sources to overcome such problem. And to use non renewable energy sources, we have to literate, we have to get knowledge about non renewable energy sources. We have to spend some time for that, we have to spend some money for that, so that we can balance the natural resources. Then again we are having a very we are getting a shortage in food, water and energy. So again non renewable energy sources, use of non renewable energy sources is required. The clean water that we needed, the water table level is going down. Okay, whatever the natural resources that we are using right now, because of that there is a shortage of food right now. So we have to analyze these things. Okay, and where we are right now, that we have to check, and according to that we have to utilize the things properly, so that our generation as well as the future generation should take all the benefits. So the third point is loss of biodiversity. The animals, the kind of species that we are losing right now. Okay, 10-20 years back there were a lot of birds around us, but right now because of telephones, because of mobile phones, okay, lot of infrared lot of radiations are passing through the air, and because of that the animals, the birds are not, what we can say, uh, they are not around us, they gone. And because of that thing the biodiversity changed. Okay, so this is the best example that I can give it to you. Then the main problem, the main threat right now in India is population growth. Automatically this population growth is related with each and every aspect of the country. Okay, if population grows, the consumption of natural resources is increased, the wastage is increased, population growth, then uh, area occupied by family or area occupied by person is increased. So automatically each and everything is in terms of utilization is increased. So there must be a control on the population, then and then only we can sustain the resources, we can sustain the various aspects that directly or indirectly relate to the country. And the main important factor, because of that the social transformation, societal transformation is required, is climate change. The whatever the terms we have discussed uh, earlier, those all are giving you a result in terms of climate change. So global warming is the first climate change that we are facing from last few years, in which we are facing increase in temperature every year. Okay, there is a irregularity in rainfall. Okay, in early days the rainfall is seasonal. Okay, in the month of June it started, and in the month of September October it ends. But right now we are not getting such kind of rainfall. Suddenly somehow we are getting rainfall in the month of November, December, uh, and in the month of April, May, in the month of June, July, August, we are getting very less amount of rainfall, or somehow we are getting huge rainfall, and because of these things the peoples are in trouble. They are not getting they are not surviving in this kind of scenario. Okay, the main problem are getting from, or main uh, the farmers, which are the main backbone of our country, are facing lot of issues because of irregularity in rainfall. So these are the things, because of that we need to transform socially. Then and then only we can achieve the targets that we are setting in terms of sustainable development. So how we can develop ourselves, that is the main thing. So who is developing or who is transforming us? So there is a man called Karl Marx. Everyone knows his name. He was the person in 1948, sorry, in 1848, who has derived the concept of what we can say, concept of labor, the psychological things that the laborers are facing, and he has given a theory called have and have not theory. Okay, and have and have not theory is what? Have means the people who have everything with them. Okay, they can change the what we can say society, they can make money. Okay, they have everything with them. Those people are have. Have not means what? The or have not means what? The people who are struggling to get their benefits, the people who are under the have peoples. Okay, the have not people have been controlled by have peoples. Okay, so in simple words I can say it, the industrialists are the have peoples, and the workers or the laborers who are working in their industry are have not peoples. If industrialist thinks that I need to shut down the company, automatically the have not people will get affected. Okay, or in opposite word, if he wants to increase or he wants to grow his company, automatically the have not people will affect positively. So social transition happens when have not people are shifts, or have not people shift their mind. Okay, if they over exploited because of have peoples, they automatically change their thinking, they automatically change their social life. They need to give some positive impact on their lives, and for the, and the overall result of that will give you a social transformation. So I will just read it down, the thing which called as have and have not theory. Society is essentially split into the haves and the have not, and only runs smoothly because the haves, who have all the powers, keep the have nots without power. The have nots are forced to work for the haves for money, and this is what keeps society going. The have nots provide their service to the haves in exchange for money, while the haves providing jobs. Karl Marx is one of the major conflict theorists. This is a macro view. okay, and because of that social transformation happens, okay. So if we think about transformation, in what aspect, in what perspective the transformation should be there. So there are a lot of terms, things are there where we need to transform ourselves. First one is poverty, second one is economy, economical transformation, third one is educational transformation. I have taken few major points which can be or which are transformed with what we can say as per year by year. Gender equality transformation, caste conflicts, these are these few transformation processes that we have seen. So